Hey, who do you belong to? Where do you belong? Let's go. Yeah, it's a big question, man. We join stuff, and I think we even buy T-shirts, and we join clubs, and we join a gym, or we join a society. We go online, and there's an online community or something because we want to find out, where do I belong? It's huge. It's huge. We need to know, who's my tribe. Like, am I a music guy? Am I a nerd? Am I a sports guy? Am I a Philly sports guy? What is it? And those can be fun things. We find other people, like interests. They're my people. It's my tribe. I think even in the faith, we want to find people that just kind of get it. They might be more closer to our age. They might be, kind of similar to us in terms of personality and whatnot. But you know what? It all has to start here, and what we're going to talk about today, and that's belonging to Jesus, to Christ, being in Christ, right? Having that as your identity as the child of God, the forgiven child of God. That's what matters most. So we've been in Romans 8 all week. Today, we're tracking no condemnation in Christ. We've been set free by the law, from the law of sin and death. We've got this. We're going to set our minds on the things of God and get life and peace from that. And in verse 7 and 9 today of Romans 8, Paul says this. He goes, again, he's continuing with this mindset thing. And he's going, for the mind that is set on the flesh is actually hostile to God. For it does not submit to God's law. It says, indeed, it cannot. Those who are in the flesh cannot please God. So lest we think we could kind of maybe flirt with sin, who's it going to hurt? We could run with all kinds of rationalizations in our lives and things, thinking it's not so bad. Paul's going, no, it's actually worse than you think. Because if I set my mind on the flesh, and what that means is if I just say, you know what, I'm not going to care about God, I'm going to go and I'm going to do these things, and that's where that's leading. I really believe we just got to be careful, because once you start rationalizing things and explaining things away and excusing certain things, well, it's just who I am or how I am. Scripture is really clear, man. Like, those things are not healthy. It's stuff that needs to be taken to the cross, man. It's stuff that needs to be forgiven and put it where it is, dead, like, out of your life. And here's what he's saying. Like, if I want to dwell on anger, right? Maybe somebody angered you, right? And he's going, look, if your mind is set, that's death. That's not going to bring anything good. That brings hostility. And that is not going to obey what God was. You ever notice, like, when you're so angry and you're just, you're on the warpath, and you need God to come in and say, look, let's break this. Let's stop this. I need you. And this is where we can help each other to see, like, man, you're stuck. Like, you're set on this thing that's hostile. In fact, you're not going to be able to please God. Let's not fool ourselves. But, and here it is, he goes, you, however, here's the contrast. Like, this is not who we are to be. In darkness, mindset on hostility to God, set on all those things. We maybe for the first time see them for what they are. We see them for the danger that they bring and the death that they bring into our lives and the dead end that they are. He goes, look, you're not in the flesh. You're not in the flesh. So gone are all those excuses like, oh, I can't help myself. No, he goes, you're in the Spirit, not in the flesh, but you are in the Spirit if, in fact, the Spirit of God dwells in you. And anyone who doesn't have the Spirit of Christ does not belong to Him. So what Paul is pleading is, man, have that Spirit, that you would have that Spirit, that you would listen to that Spirit, that you would encourage what's happening in terms of the Spirit and its work in your life and in your heart. And we shouldn't be surprised at people maybe who reject the Spirit or don't want God in their life. Like, yeah, they're going to be dark and they're going to have that. And maybe like that's where we can reach out and we can help and we can be encouraging. Not the bad behavior, but like just help them to see this life that God gives and this hope that He has. But here's the thing, like I can't control them. And I shouldn't live, and you shouldn't live, kind of comparing yourself to them. Well, at least I'm not as bad as that person. Paul's not saying that at all. He's saying, look at you. Look at where's your mind set? Where's your heart set? What are you in and stuck in or living in? Hopefully, he says, this is what it needs to be, the Spirit of God, that it dwells in you. And when that dwells in you, the knowledge and the truth and the message and the reality that's going to come flooding at you all the time is going to be that you are loved by God, you are forgiven, that Jesus died for you and bled for you and gave His life for you and rose to give you life and hope, and that's what you have, and that is who you have, and all that you do is going to be like flowing out of that. You know what I mean? I'm set free, and so now I don't have to compete with you, and I can support you and love you and care about you. Man, that we could encourage each other in that instead of competing, comparing, and all of that, just so I can feel good about myself. God's saying, look, He's done everything to bring you contentment and peace and joy and hope and love by dying for you and rising for you. His commitment to you is rock solid. And that foundation that you can build your life on is rock solid in Him. So let's do that. Let's encourage each other, man. I'll be praying. I want to be praying for each of you to get that, right? That's why I do these videos, so that you might see that. See Him and His great love, and that you would say, man, I want that, and I want to believe in Him, and I want to trust in Him, and I want my mind set on Him. I want that Spirit dwelling in me so that I might know who He is every day and have that joy and peace and bring that love and joy and peace to everybody else, all right? So, in case you're wondering, I'm Pastor Fred. This is the Follow Through. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, like, share, do all those things that YouTube tells you. It's all good stuff. Keeps things rolling, keeps this moving out into the world so more people can find it and hopefully be helped by it. All right, so great to have you. We'll be back for another Follow Through real soon. See you then.